Okay, so since it poured yesterday and last night, and I'm moving the hay in stacks, so when Lee gets back, he can put it in the wheelbarrow. But I wanted to show you, all this dark hay is already been breaking down. It's actually breaking down into compost, but I'm not going to use this hay in the compost. But you can, well, I broke this one in half, this worm. But some people will use this for fertilizer. Well, not for fertilizer, but for compost. But I don't want to use it for compost, so we'll get this up here and put more wood chips down. So far I've got this pile here, that pile, and that pile. It's not supposed to rain in the next few days. That way it gives it time to start drying, so that when he gets home, he'll take it out and it'll be not so bad, so he's not having to do a lot of shoveling and hauling it. So we'll get this out. This was here only for the dogs, so they don't lay on the wet ground, because say the bottom is already composting. There's a lot of worms like these right here. Nice worms. See, we'll put it back in the soil. So these can stay in the soil, work their way back in. So almost every rake of hay that I move, there is worms underneath it, see? So we will get it all out, put more wood chips in. Now with all of this hay, those are still coming through. Isn't that pitiful? But if I'm not mistaken, the chickens can eat that. I'll check it again and make sure. But yeah, so the hay is breaking down underneath, and some people will use it as compost. I don't want it as compost. It would probably take an entire year for all of it to break down. So as I'm doing these piles, I had a little visitor. Merlin, Merlin, you come back to visit? You come back to visit? Came in this morning, ate some food, drank some water, went to the door. I said, "You want out?" Meow. He did. So now I'm back here working. And he's here. One thing about it is hay brought in a lot of good worms. See it there. There, trying to get away. There. There's another one way up there. Right there. And there's worms underneath it. There's more worms right there. Right there. Look over there behind. What are you doing over there? What are you doing back there? Talk to me. What were you doing back there? Hmm? Trying to see what's in there? All right, well, I got to get back to work. He's going to go underneath there and lay for a while. Okay, so other than piling this part right here by the gate up. This I have to be taken out. In my building where the roof had came down during the snowstorm, that will have to all come out and get straightened up. And I've got these stacked for Lee already, and as you can see, the compost was starting really good. So I will move some of this out, but what I'm going to do is have Lee move out these stacks that I made. But the part that is composting, I'm gonna have Lee leave it for two reasons. One, it's composting and it's full of earthworms, and two, it's going to build the soil up so that it doesn't flood back here so bad. Underneath the tables, I'm going to have Lee leave the hay there, and you can see, I mean, it's compost down to the wood chips there. So this part I want him to leave because it's building up the ground. And these stacks here that I made, I know it's kind of hard to tell, he'll move out and the rest will stay. Now, even though this is my magical garden, some of these tables I'm going to leave in here, and some of them I'm going to move into the chicken run when Lee gets that done, because any kind of herbs, any flowers, anything that is good and healthy for the chickens, because as long as you give it to them in moderation, you can give it to them fresh, you can dry some up, you can give it to them in their food. Some of it has all kinds of nutritions. Some of it, like if you sprinkle a little like hot peppers over their food, it will get rid of parasites. Chickens can't taste hot, so you don't have to worry about that, but it's a good deal to give to them to get rid of any kind of parasites, worms, things like that in their digestive system. So as you can see, I've made all these stacks here and here. Like I said, the rest will stay. I just need to clear out just the top where you see the color of the hay will be moved out, and anything underneath it like that that's already composting will stay. And then we will end up bringing in more wood chips on top of that, because this place back here stays pretty wet. Where the chickens are gonna be, where the dogs are at, that's higher ground, so they'll be good over there. So some tables will stay, some tables will go to the chicken area. Anything that I plant that's good for humans, or humans can eat, but chickens can't, will be put over here in the magical garden. Such things like tomatoes. You can give the chickens like the whole tomato. You just take off, make sure none of that green top is on there. The green leaves, the green stems of the tomato plant is poisonous for chickens. So any like tomatoes like that will be here in the magical garden. So yeah, so since it's going to, and Lee said he would do all of this and he has no issue doing all of this, but since it's going to be no rain for, what is today? I don't even know what to do. Wednesday. No rain Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. That's 5 days that these piles can start drying up and the ground can start drying up. So it would be a lot easier for Lee to haul it out, because then the rain starts again. So I thought I'd get a jump start on this. It'd be easier for him. Alrighty, back to work I go to get this. Now I won't start straightening up the storage, my garden storage area, until all this out here is cleared out, because I'm going to need that table to take a lot of stuff out, to pile it up and do what I need to do in there. So, oh, and during this last storm, the roof held up real good. Danny, he did remember when he came in to put 2 outside braces. So he did do the braces here. And even though this video here is going to go on the, I'm trying to get this open. Even though this video is going to go in the Magical Garden video, I just wanted to show you, Danny, that he did put up the braces before the storm came. And that way, because they're up on the, up here. So it held up really, really good. And there's Majestic staring at me. I don't know where Cody, oh, and there's Kodiak. Okay, back to work I go. Okay, so scratch what I said before, that I was gonna leave all of these piles for Lee to get out. As I am gathering up piles, I have decided, now I don't know if I will be able to get all of these out myself. Keep in mind they are sopping wet, so it makes them really heavy. But I have several days to do it in. The sun is out beautiful. But I am going to go ahead and start taking some loads out, because it's not only easier on Lee's back, but he also has the chicken coop to deal with for the weekend. So right now I would rather him deal with a chicken coop, even though all of this has to be done by the weekend. So I'm figuring I'll see how much I can do if I'm lucky, and doing a few piles at a time, rest, few piles at a time, rest type thing, that I can get them all out and he can concentrate on the chicken coop. See how it goes. Sorry for moving a lot. Since I was itty bitty teeny weeny, I've always rocked, whether I'm standing still or whatever. So anyway, wish me luck. I'll be back when you see a little progress. Okay, first load going out. And that's the load that was here. And many more to go. But I'll be back when I get back there somewhere. We can do this. See my pals? We can do this. I'm all good now. No more issues. I'll do a few piles and then I'll go in and give me something to eat and rest a little bit in between, and then I'll come back. Wish me luck. Alrighty then, we can do this. Positive, 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 and I just stuck my finger in the way. Positive. Okay, I'm back so that you can see some progress. So we got all this out. And so this is the next pile here that I will attempt to get out, but I'll come this way because the sun is in your eyes and you can see better. So I've gotten that done. I'm fixing to move that wheelbarrow way over here and start on this big ass huge pile here. Check out the sky. I don't want to open up the door because the stray kitty is outside eating. And here comes the other stray. That one right there that's eating is cross-eyed. There's the other one. But look at that. Let's see if I can get it bigger. Look at this guy. Yes, I know I got the dried raindrops all over the door, the outside window. Look at that. Wow. So, this is 5 minutes after this last video. I don't know if you can see, besides it being real bright on the bottom, then it's blue, then it's an orangey blue, and then it's blue again. Good morning, everybody. This is the next day. Just a repeat of yesterday. Since the hay is wet, it makes it hard for it to be picked up. So yesterday total was 12 wheelbarrows full. Now today, I won't be taking this all the way down to the ground. I'm gonna leave the last 2 layers since it's composting really good. You can see like that. Plus it helps build up the ground, so I'll leave the last 2 layers, get all the rest of it off. I don't know which is more time consuming, doing this or having to rake it in the piles. Both of them is tiring. Back it up a little because I can't get to scoot it up underneath it. Get this raked up again together. Morning it was 30-something degrees because when I fed the dogs it was just right above freezing. Big worm, big worm. Big worm. It goes back. It stays in the ground. Can't get it off. It gets too wet, it won't come off. That's a load. Good thing this wheelbarrow's got 2 tires on it. or I would probably end up dumping it. Two-minute break. Good old H2O. As you can see, I got all of that now. And all this is from yesterday. And the part from right here was yesterday. It's warming up good. Grape juice. Got all this done and around the back. Now I need to get those paws I've got going on the far end over there. What's up, Kodiak? Time for me to go get me some electrolytes. Okay. A few minute break time for me to get some electrolytes in me. Pedialyte. This is the cherry punch flavor. Oh. Did you see that? Look at this. Hello, little dog. That dog lives way up there, up on the hill, way up there. So probably his mama will notice it's missing. Can you see it? Oh, his mama will notice it's missing. I had the gate open where I'm bringing the wheelbarrow back and forth. They just came in here. I guess it heard me in here. Let's check out the supply room now. There, it went out. You'll hear the dogs barking in a minute. He can't get in the gate because the cats can't even get in there. I mean, unless the cat scaled it, but the dog can't scale it. So I've got this pile, that pile, and then after that, I'll take like a 15-minute sitting down break, and then I'll start the wood shelter, get that hay out. All of the kindling I have to be restacked and reboxed, since the puppies, they would go in there when it was raining and stuff and chew everything up. So just gonna rest here a minute. There's my compost from last year, so it'll be ready. So this year, move it closer so you can hear me good. This year, since I'm gonna have the chickens out there, I don't know how soon I'll have the chickens because we gotta build the run and everything and the chicken coop. But I'm gonna eventually, what I'm gonna do is, instead of having the compost in the tubs and the trash cans like I did last spring, all of that compost that I did is all good. All the manure that I got from Lee's friend is all good, because it takes about 6-8 months to mature, whatever word you want to call it. Excuse me. And it's already been a year from last spring to this spring. So that's all good. I'll get it all mixed up. But what I want to do is make 2 piles in the back, inside the chicken run, but the back part, 2 separate ones. Now, people normally do 3 and they rotate them. Those are the ones that have the bigger gardens, because they're constantly replanting more stuff throughout the season. And even the winter time, if they're in a more warmer climate. I don't do the winter thing because of the snow and all of that. I don't like the cold to begin with. I'm not doing a garden in the winter. So what I'm going to do is make 2 piles. One that I'm going to mix up that's already ready. And I'm going to have it in one spot. And I'll have the sides and the back built up. So they can get in there and stir around in it. It ain't going to hurt nothing because that's what I'm going to be using. The other one is the one that I will be putting stuff in it, and the browns and the greens, and getting all that stuff ready for next year. That will also have sides and a back built up, so they can go in there, they can scratch, they can eat whatever that they want to eat, because I'm not in too big of a hurry for it to be ready in 6 months, because I'm not going to be using it in 6 months, not till next spring. So that, both of them, the chickens can go in and scratch around or whatever. The one that's ready, I won't be putting anything else into it. I may just throw a little bit of things in there just to get them to go in and scratch and do its thing and aerate it and stuff. But the one they'll be getting ready for next spring, that's where I'll be throwing everything in, and they can go in and eat what they want and all of that. Because I'm going to have 7 chickens, so there'll be more in there than what they'll be eating, but they'll be turning it over constantly. So that's what I'm going to do in the chicken run, instead of me having to come out here and turn it over. Yes, I'll still be turning it over and stuff too, but I won't have to be so consistent at it, because I'll have the chickens doing a lot of my work. And we'll finish this and then get back to work. Oy! I have to switch sides every so often, so I don't get a crick in one side of my neck or my arm or my back. All of that hay that's under the tables, I'm gonna leave them, let them build that up. So chances are, when I move part of these tables out to the chicken run, and I say the chicken run, it's not built yet, okay? So just know that. If you're just jumping in and you're a new subscriber, we're putting a chicken run out there inside the dog pen. Okay, so, but it's not built yet. All right. So, we've been 8. Yep, 8 tables. So I'll probably put 4 of them out there. And then I'll probably leave my work table in here, since I'll be using that in both places. And also too, if Lee just needs to cut something up, you know, right in here, work right in here, he can. And he'll have access to that table too. Fixing to haul this out. I got one more load before I start the 2 sections up underneath that tarp. Kodiak is back there. I don't know if you can see him or not. If you have the capability to zoom in real good, he's over there eating his dog shelter Lee built. the hummingbirds like to sit on top of the rocks where the water spout is coming up, and they like to wash and clean their beaks from that water. So I'll just leave that sitting there for now. Okay, so this is what it looks like in here. So this hay will have to come out. I'll do the same thing. The last layer or two that is already breaking down. I don't know if you can see how thick that is. That's pretty thick. That is pretty thick. Let's see. But y'all, that have to come out. All those boards will be picked up. All the kenneling that's over there in that corner, it's all on the back side too. We'll have to get reboxed because the dogs just shredded the box all up. And I have a box inside, so I'll get it. We'll get all that out and get all this hay out. And then after we get all that done, get this done, then we'll start on that next section over there. And now I've got 2 buckets here, and one of them Lee had drilled a hole in and then didn't need it. This one here, see here, I can use these. I'm gonna use those, and I need one more for my nesting boxes for the chicken coop. So I need one more. So that's the wood. All this came out of here, and this will be put in this box here along with all of this other here, and then I'll start getting the hay out. Okay, so just a quick tour so far. I've gotten all that hay out. Well, I didn't get all the hay out. Lee got the first load that you saw in the last video. He did that load, that one, and then I came in and got all this out. And so there's my pots that still have the soil in it. Those are all dead, so I'll be resifting that soil to reuse. There's all of my homemade fertilizers. I made sure that I kept them, and I'll need to add some more water to them because I lowered the water so the buckets wouldn't freeze over the winter, but that just makes them that much more potent, and I'll have to add water once I start back here again. Those tubs all have soil in them that I will be reusing. Now keep in mind, all the soil's going to be all put together along with all of the manure that I have, because it's already been matured. It's the rabbit, chicken, cow, and I forgot what else. I think it was 3 or 4. And so all those have the soil in them that will be all reused also. And yeah, so as you can see, I've got it down to where the hay that's left is already turning into soil. It's composting. I'll have to get all that swept off and get that straightened up. But yeah, this will be ready for when I get ready to start planting. I don't do anything before Mother's Day because we always end up, like right now, we had 10 days, beautiful weather, it's cold in the morning and freezing, so I don't do anything with it. And now it'll show the next 10 days the same way. And yeah, so I don't want to plant too early, because remember, I'm a beginner. Y'all are learning along with me. Okay? Oh, the spider in there. By no means am I somebody that knows what they're doing. So trial and error. What I do, I show you. and I learn from it whether it's a mistake or a success. Okay? And got compost in that trash can. Now the other trash can was rainwater. And so I'm also going to, I'll have to clean all that and all that. I'm also going to put a rain barrel or trash can also too where the chickens are, and that way I can use it for the dogs and the chickens also, along with using the water hose for their big tub, because they get in that thing, they just splash it all out in a day or two, but that's okay. That's what it's there for them to have fun with. Alrighty, so I am going to drink my drink. It's a banana kiwi, 100% juices, and so I'll get that drunk, and then I'll get back to work up underneath in the wood shelter. I gotta get all the tired breaths out so that I can get the fresh breath in. Dicey cool. It's not cold because I put them in the refrigerator and get them cold, knowing that when I take them out, it takes me a while to drink them, and I don't like to drink them really cold because then I get a brain freeze while I'm out here working. Plus, even though I don't have a jacket on, if I drink it really cold, I'll get cold because there is a cool breeze out here, so I don't want to get a chill. So I just kind of drink it, not room temperature, but not real cold, just kind of in the middle. I can do that and go, ah, delicious. Work in progress. I've gotten everything else in here straightened up. Now it's just a matter of getting all this hay out. Ooh. It's kind of hard to maneuver in here. Stay there because that's breaking down. back to work. Alright, time to take this load. I got more to do, so I'll turn you back on after I get all this out. The rest I've got straightened up, and then I'll show you in here. Okay, so now the woodshed is straightened back up. I gotta kind of move over as you can see. All of the hay is out. It's down to what composted and down to the wood chips. Kindling is all reboxed up. Those are all the twigs together. And then just some leftover pieces that was in here from Lee working on the roof. So this is a finished deal now. So this is smaller, you can see. Now the next thing to tackle is the other half that I had all my magical garden supplies in that the snow brought down the roof.